All right, Wyoming, Boise State, little Mountain West action. In fact, the next two games are Mountain West games on the show here. Boise State, 5-point home favorites, 49 being the total in this game. You've got a pretty interesting matchup. How about Wyoming? Craig Bold, what he's done with this program is remarkable. 5-2 straight up, 5-2 against the spread this year. Loss against Air Force in their last game. But again, that was a 34-27 loss at Air Force, a very good team in this conference. They covered the number as 13-point dogs. They covered at Texas, in their previous tries. They're 2-0 ATS as road dogs this year. We know as a home dog, they've been phenomenal. The Texas Tech win on the first game of the year. They beat Fresno State outright as dogs, 24-19. I mean, this is just an underdog team. I like Wyoming here, getting 5, even on the blue turf. Boise's a team in decline. Boise's a program in decline. I mean, Andy Avalos, this hire's not looking good right now. I mean, what have they done this year? They beat North Dakota, an FCS team, struggled to beat San Diego State on the road and didn't cover. They won by 3 in that game. They lose at Memphis, 35-32. They barely beat San Jose State. They don't cover at home against San Jose State. They only win by 8. And then they have that huge lead against Colorado State a couple weeks ago. Blow it completely in the fourth quarter. The Hail Mary at the end, which gave Colorado State the win, 31-30. This is a Wyoming team that has consistently been undervalued, consistently outperformed their expectations. And this is a Boise State team that's been overvalued all year, and they've completely underperformed their expectations. So it's Wyoming for me in this game. Conor Mack, what do you think?
Yeah, what I like to see is Wyoming now going on the road and covering some numbers. And Boise State's, just not the same. The Smurf turf, there's not much there, especially after blowing that lead. I had Colorado State, so I was very happy in that game, but hugely blew that a few weeks ago. I think this total's too high. Boise's been a kind of a dead over team here this year, but it's cold. Wyoming's slow. I thought at 50, we stay under the total in this one as well. So not only I like Wyoming, I think we stay under here. And it's already dropped. I see 49s, 48.5s. This rivalry, it's been very close. And I think this game's close. 24-21, 2017. So I like both. Not only the dog, the under.
Definitely, it should be an under game. I agree with you there as far as the total goes. And like I said, Wyoming, it's been a nice run. And look at last year. It was at Wyoming, but Wyoming's covered 4 in a row against Boise State. 4-0 ATS. They lost in overtime at Boise in 2019. They lost by 8 at home against Boise in 2020. They lost by 10 at Boise a couple of years ago. But Wyoming was really down at that particular season. And then last year was a 3-point win for Boise against Wyoming. And that's what Craig Bull does. He just finds a way. His teams just find a way to hang around in these games and stay in there. And they're not pretty. Andrew Peasley's not a terrific quarterback to watch, not by any stretch, but they run the football good enough. They're great at forcing turnovers. They have good special teams. They play the field position game, and they just find themselves in a lot of these games. And Boise, to me, is not good enough to trust to win really at all right now, let alone win by margin with what I've seen from them.